Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel and to another video. So today we're going to be doing two Christmas projects. We're going to be doing this checkerboard or buffalo pattern stocking holder, and I'm going to show you an easy way to paint buffalo check on a surface. And we're also going to be doing this second project that kind of goes with that. So let's go ahead and get started, and I hope you enjoy this video.
I started off with this piece of plywood, and it's 3/4 inch thick and it's 40.5 inches long by 9 inches wide. And you're also going to need these paint brushes, black paint, gray paint, and some white paint. And I also used this masking tape. This is 1 inch thick and this is 2 inches thick. This is going to be used to make the check pattern. If you're using plywood, you want to make sure and really sand it well. This is kind of rough plywood, so I did make sure to sand it really well before I started to paint. And I'm using Gliden flat white paint. So once my paint was completely dry, I took a measuring tape and measured down 1.5 inch increments across the board. Then I lined up my tape with the marks and left an open strip in between that I'm going to paint. Since the green tape is only 1 inch thick, it took 2 strips to cover the width of 1.5 inches. Once the second coat of paint was dry, I reused the first strips of tape that I had on the board and just covered up those areas again. And the spaces that are left in between are going to be the black checks. And I just went through and I painted all of those black checks using my sponge brush. I'm going to use these hooks that I got from Walmart. They are coat hooks, and I believe they are $2.97 for a pack of 2. And I'm just starting off 5 inches away from the edge of my board, and I'm placing the hooks 10 inches apart. And I'm also placing them 4 inches up from the bottom edge. For the second project, I'm using the same plywood, and this piece is 40.5 inches by 3 inches, and I'm just painting it the same color as the first board. This is the design that I used for the second board, and I'm creating this in Inkscape. You can create this in Design Space as well, but for some reason Design Space breaks apart the letters and you have to go back and readjust them if you're using script fonts. But if you're using Inkscape, it connects them and they're perfect, and all you have to do is resize them. So that's why I designed it in Inkscape, and then I just exported it as a PNG file, and then later on I uploaded it into Design Space. I'll try to link a video up above where I actually show you how to do that. Then I used the slice tool to break apart the image because it was larger than what Cricut will cut. So I used the slice tool by just creating some of these boxes and selecting both images and then hitting slice. Today I'm finally using the Oramask. I've been wanting to use this stencil material for a really long time, and I just loaded it in my Cricut like you would regular adhesive vinyl. And for the settings, I actually searched for stencil material on my Cricut Maker, and it had stencil vinyl, and that's what I selected. And I just went to my drop down box and selected more because my blade is getting kind of dull. On those settings it cut perfectly. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you back here on Friday with another 12 Days of Christmas DIY.